Alright traders, welcome back to another video, back with Dogecoin again. As always, if you appreciate these emergency updates and you want to see more of them, just make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. That way I know you like this video and you like the content that I'm posting, and hit that bell notification icon so that way you get an alert every single time I post. And don't forget, if you want 2 free stocks and to trade cryptocurrencies, check out Webull, link in the description down below, as well as our free Discord, absolutely free, and you can chat with me in there. So again, link in the description down below. So let's talk about Dogecoin. We could not have been more right? I mean, Dogecoin has been so predictable these last few months. Pretty much every single video that we have made calling out some sort of prediction has came true almost to the T. I mean, just look at this, that we put this resistance zone on. That was literally the top for Dogecoin. Before we even reached anywhere close to 38 cents, we were calling for Doge to reach 38 cents. As long as it, didn't really bounce in this general area here, which it did for a small second. But then we also called that was just a short-term bounce because it was a dead cat bounce, right? And again, we called that it would eventually go back to this historical bounce zone that we've been talking about for days and days. And guess what? It did it. And look at how perfect that ended up being, okay? Now, it does help that Elon Musk himself made a tweet, which is what we were kind of waiting for. We didn't know if he was going to make a good or bad tweet on Dogecoin because he had just finished saying that Tesla will no longer be accepting Dogecoin, or no longer be accepting Bitcoin, and he was kind of against the idea of Bitcoin because it is bad for the environment. Excuse me. So we didn't really know if he was going to say, come for Doge next. Luckily, he didn't come for Doge. He actually did the exact opposite. And you see here, working with Doge developers to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising. I mean, that is huge. You can see how many likes that got. 79,000 retweets, 471,000 likes. Okay, so obviously the Doge community was pumped about that. And it was like the perfect storm, right? Because we had our historical bounce zone, which we knew could act as major support, which it was prior to the tweet. So it's not just the tweet that's helping out here, right? This is was generally a good area to start buying Doge. Like I was saying, I was very optimistic of Dogecoin between 38 cents and 28 cents. And the low that we ended up seeing was right around 35 cents. Okay, and from that low, we are now up currently 58%. So, not to toot my own horn, but that was the buying opportunity. We've been talking about it for weeks, and if you missed it, you missed it. Sorry, unfortunately. So now let's talk about what's going to happen next. Okay, so obviously, historical bounce zone. We've bounced. We broke through that trend line, like we said. You had two options. I had 2 options to either buy the dip straight in the historical bounce zone, or to wait for this trend line to break. Either way, you would have made money. Okay, so lucky for us there. Pretty much no matter what, easy to make money there. So we're bouncing. Okay, that is obvious. But now, how far are we likely to bounce? Well, the first target obviously is going to be probably not new highs, but a retest of these highs towards 71 cents. Okay, and in the last video, we were talking about how, for the most part, when Doge has this historical bounce here, usually what we want to see happen is an equivalent move higher compared to the last move higher, right? So this was the most recent move higher, or it still is the most recent move higher in terms of the trend, right? You get the higher high, higher low, higher high. These highs have not been taken out yet, so there is no higher high yet. So we take this move right here. We're going to draw a line from low to high. We're going to take that move, and it's already marked out pretty much, but we're going to take that move, we're going to copy and paste it and project it forward right around here from the low. Okay, so we take this move higher and we project it from the most recent low, which is this right here. That's why the end is right there. Okay, and now that gives us what we call, hold on, an A, B, C, oops, messed up, and D point. Okay, so this is the pattern that we want to see Doge complete, and historically it does tend to complete. In fact, historically it tends to blow it out of the water. So we have a target now of this D point. Hopefully this is also assuming that this low does not give out. So this is assuming we stay above these lows right around 35 cents. Okay, so now we mark out that D level. I would have done this earlier, but we were unsure if that low was actually going to hold up. And I actually think in the other videos, we literally used this ABCD pattern before it even completed. I'm pretty sure we put it right at that 38-cent mark because we were assuming it was going to be the low, and we were right? It was the low. Okay, so the D point completes at 93 cents. So that gives us a target on Doge from now on is right around 93 cents. And of course, if we're going to reach 93 cents, odds are we're going to reach $1. So that's why you see $1 marked out there. So if we just make a little zone there, okay, from right around $1 to 93 cents, that is now our, we can call it target zone. Okay, so if you are curious, from current price, that is about 70 to 60, no, yeah, 70% higher. Okay, or 70 to 80% higher. All right, so some pretty big moves. And if you had bought in the historical bounce zone, which was right around 38 cents, okay, you're poised to make 146% all the way up to 162%. Okay, and I did in fact buy in the zone, so hopefully I can get an 162% return. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Maybe throw some screenshots once it all happens, right? And that will be fun. Just because you know, we've seen a lot of hate and a lot of people telling me that we would never, or no, I had one guy say everything that I predict, the opposite happens. I'm not sure why he said that, but now I hope you're still watching because everything that I've said has happened. All right, so that is our target zone for Dogecoin. But if we want to go a little bit deeper, right, if we want to compare, really compare what another pump on Doge would look like, what we do, as almost every video, right, we go back to the past. And what we can do is use these Fibonacci extensions. I have to clean this up for a second. Okay, we use these Fibonacci extensions right here. I've already done it on this swing here. And then we see when does Doge usually top out when it creates a new high. So for example, the most recent high that we've made on Doge is right around 70 cents, right? And that 70-cent level was a 1.618 Fibonacci extension. Okay, so Doge topped out at a 1.618 Fibonacci extension. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back in history and we're going to take all of the pumps and we're going to use Fibonacci extension tools to measure out how far Doge tends to pump when it does pump. All right, so I'm just doing that right now. Let me make sure there's no other, I guess this is technically a pump down here. Oops. Okay, so now let's see, where does Doge usually top out? Okay, so in this case, Doge topped out at 3.618 Fibonacci extension. In this case, Doge topped out way above the 4.618 Fibonacci extension. And in this pump, we topped out at the 4.618 extension, right here. If you're following along, if you know how these extensions work. If you don't, make sure to join that free Discord. Okay, we're just looking at where Doge is topping out historically. Okay, so so far we have 3.618, 4.618, 4.618, and now the most recent one was 1.618. So we've seen that pretty much historically it tends to go past the 3.618 up until most recently where it got to the 1.618. But that lets us know that we probably can assume Dogecoin will go to another, at least at very bare minimum, if it does break through that 70-cent mark, okay, it's probably going to go to another 1.618 Fibonacci extension, and that would give us a target after I draw it out. Okay, let me just make sure it's all clear. Okay, so I just drew it out from the most recent low to the most recent high, but basically that A to B point, right? You see A, B. Okay, that's where I drew the Fibonacci extension. Now we look at the 1.618. That is at $1.09. Now, if we assume that it's going to go to the 3.618, which is what it tends to do, apart from just recently, okay, the 3.618 is a little crazy, but it does not matter, right? Dogecoin has proven us wrong every single time we've been bearish. So to think that this is unachievable is probably not correct because Dogecoin, we've seen Dogecoin go from 0.002 cents to now, 70 cents, which I never would have imagined that even being possible. So that gives us a target of all the way at $2. $8.25, or from current pricing, that would be about 300% increase. Okay, which in Doge standards, that is really not that much. Although obviously the higher Doge goes, the harder it is for it to make those same moves because it requires more money, right? But who knows, right? Dogecoin has proven us wrong. Everybody says that it can't go higher, and it ends up going higher. So we are not going to be biased. We are going to just look at what Doge has done in the past and just keep playing the same exact things over and over again until they stop working. So target zone is right around $1. After that, it's right around $1.10, and then after that, it's $2.25. So that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. Hopefully, this hasn't become just a Doge channel. I want to do more things. So actually, for today's video, I want you to comment in the description down below if you want to see anything else. Or not in the description. In the comment section down below, let me know if you want to see any other sort of type of videos, and I got you guys. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.